a talented family. Their great-great-grandfather and a number of generations before him were cantors in synagogues. But then the poverty of European village life forced them out of singing. When the great grandfather was growing up, they couldn't think about sending him to any music teacher. He would later always sing with his friends, and everyone said that he had a terrific voice, and had he got some training, he would be a world celebrity. But I guess it was not his destiny. The grandmother of the next generation was growing up in post-revolution times of World War II, and no one dreamt of a music school back then. The son of this grandmother also had noticeable musical talents, but the family insisted that he only spend his time on skills needed for what they called real professions. He became an engineer and raised his son also believing that you need to only spend efforts on something that can be later used to make living. Looking back, this engineer said that he regretted that he did not teach his son music, but it was what it was. But now, the son of this engineer is bringing his little daughter to a music school. The teacher says that the girl is a gifted child. She starts playing and she likes it. The whole family is only thinking about how the dream of so many generations comes true in this little girl. How her great, great, great grandfather, a cantor, is smiling at her from heavens. How the undeveloped talents of so many generations are realized now in her. The same family has another talent that can be also traced back to the great great grandfather, a cantor. There are different talents. Some are more physical, like sports, and some are less material, like music. There are also spiritual talents, not figuratively, but literally. Each person has a soul, and a Jewish soul is a special talent that only 1/5 of 1% of the world's population has. This talent allows people for centuries to bring godliness into this world through their actions, and also be a part of world's only everlasting people. This talent allowed those who possess it to give to the world the ideas that shaped our civilization. So, in this family, at one time, this talent was used to its fullest. The great great grandfather, a cantor, and all the previous generations before him were fulfilling the Torah commandments every single day. But then, the hard life that they had made them think less about their talents. Great grandfather could no longer go to a Jewish school where they would teach him how to use them. Of course, when the family would get together, they observed Jewish traditions as best as they could. And they were also saying that they regretted that never learned how to do it properly. Then, under Soviet rule, Judaism was not allowed. But even when later they were able to learn something Jewish, the family insisted that children only spend time learning skills for what they called real jobs. Although later elderly parents said more than once that they regretted not giving their children at least some Jewish education. The spiritual talents of their family were passed with genes from child to child, but were never realized. And now, this son of the engineer remembers his spiritual genes and brings his little daughter to a Jewish Sunday school. The child has a spiritual talent. She begins to learn what her ancestors knew, and she likes it. The whole family is only thinking about how the dream of so many generations comes true in this little girl. How her great, great, great grandfather, a cantor, is smiling at her from the heavens. How the undeveloped talents of so many generations are realized now in her.